Also, we got in Providence, Rhode Island, the July 4th weekend, the naked body scanners have arrived at Providence Airport, the CF Green in Warwick, Rhode Island. And I'm going to show you a quick news clip on the arrival of the body scans, and the news people are telling you how to use them, but it is...
A new security measure is unveiled at TF Green Airport. The new system uses advanced imaging to quickly scan passengers who could be carrying items that could harm others. Eyewitness News reporter Neka Nuosu joins us with details new at 5.
Body scanners have arrived at TF Green Airport just in time for the busy 4th of July weekend, and we got a first-hand look.
Place your feet in the blue boxes for me.
It's called advanced imaging technology, and travelers can expect to walk through this latest form of security when flying out of TF Green.
In days of old, we had the walk-through metal detector. Now, we not only can detect the metal, but we can also detect anomalies that are non-metallic in nature.
Now we're going to show you exactly how the body scanner works. You'll take your shoes off just like you always did. Then you'll walk into the scanner. The security officer will then ask you to lift your hands above your head while the scan is being taken. Then you'll take a step to the side, keep an eye on your things, and wait until you're given the okay. Meanwhile, a TSA officer reviews the image
Anomaly, waste,
and alerts other officers if there's a problem. Opponents have called body scanners a violation of privacy. Travelers do have the option to opt out and use other forms of screening, but those we spoke to say they don't mind the extra measures.
I travel each week, so I'm all for security, wanting to make sure that we're safe.
Each body scanner costs anywhere from $130,000 to $170,000, and TSA hopes to install 500 more scanners in airports across the country before year's end.
And the trade-off for me would always be for better security, and this machine will enable us to do some better things to protect the American public.
And TSA officials say the plan is to get at least one more body scanner here at TF Green Airport in the near future. With the West Bay Mobile Newsroom here at TF Green, I'm Neka Nuosu, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, as you can see, more invasion of privacy coming to Providence, Rhode Island, well, in Providence, Rhode Island, and we're going to do everything we can to stop that. We're going to get what we are changed, and we're going to protest in front of the airport with signs and everything else to tell people to resist the naked body scanners. Because if more people resist, they won't put them in. And they want more to come in, and eventually they're going to become mandatory. And we're going to put a stop to that. You know, it's total invasion of privacy, and it's not even counting the radiation emitting from these things. It's like they said there's 6 to 8 times more radiation than a hospital body scanner when you go to get an x-ray. And that's why I put a lead vest on your intestines so you don't get the radiation poisoning. And imagine being around those things 8 hours a day, a TSA worker or a flight attendant or a pilot that has to go through there constantly, on a daily basis. I mean, that's another epidemic coming. There's a radiation. And do the studies for yourself. It's not a conspiracy. It's right out there. And the TSA officials said we don't transmit or save the images. When on the training manuals of each machine, right in the manual says they are recorded and transmitted for training purposes. And you know where that could go to. So we're going to move on. Eugenics news. H1N1 in Kurvograd, Ukraine approaches epidemic levels. This is July 19th from Recobonomics. And according to information, Kurvograd obtained its own sources assurances from authorities that influenza warning, no supported by only one epidemiological threshold. 100 patients per 10,000 population has not yet crossed. And but the numbers of patients currently is 86 persons per 10,000 population who I guess are infected with the epidemic. The above recent spikes in H1N1 have been reported in Australia as well as India, China, and just released in June 30th of 2010, which are all associated with the immunological escape and fatal lung infections. And it's basically they're trying to hype up the vaccine, hype up the propaganda. Oh, we got a huge outbreak in H1N1 again because the fall's coming, and we already reported the FDA is instituting the H1N1 vaccination in the seasonal flu shots. So if you don't want the H1N1 and you take the seasonal, you're going to get both. and we suggest that you don't take either one of them. Both are very dangerous. There was no autism around until the flu shots came around, or the vaccinations came around, and very, very disgusting. I mean, like, complications, birth defects, it causes phimolysis, bone decay. I mean, same symptoms as fluoride does, just about. And you know, like, you have your reproductive system, you have problems having kids, autism, Alzheimer's, and tons of diseases. There's a list of, I got somewhere in my files, of over 80 diseases linked to vaccinations and flu shots. And it's part of the New World Order's depopulation program, openly admitted in the 10 conference. Bill Gates was at the TED conference several weeks ago, openly admitting that we need more vaccinations for our depopulation purposes as part of the CO2, his calculations how we could save Mother Earth. Crazy stuff. And yeah, he is a nut. Okay, stick to your computers, Bill Gates. More on depopulation. Top professors at Globalist Population Control Summit, no more shrouding our statements in code. This is from Infowars.com, July 19th. Basically what they're saying is, you know, they've already been making the stuff open, out in the open. And this is from recent, but it was about a 2006 gathering of top globalists in the 2008 press release. Basically talking about the United Nations Population Fund. They need to depopulate the Earth. Melinda Gates Foundation, which is Bill Gates' wife, they're promoting depopulation of the planet. I don't have time to get deep into this article. More eugenics alert. UN's agenda of population control accelerating. More on this. And it's been hitting everywhere lately, especially the TED conference, all these little summit meetings about depopulation programs. And there's more on the population control. The UN's openly saying we need to kill off 80% of you people out there, and us. All of us. And they want 80% of the world's population gone. They only want 500 million, right on the Georgia Guidestones in the state of Georgia. 500 million people on the planet. And there's 6.8 billion, so a lot of people are going to die. And that's what that's what their goals are to do. And there's just so many articles. And there's just so many articles on depopulation. And if you read up on Agenda 21, Agenda 21 explains it all. Okay, they openly state this stuff. It's not a conspiracy, they openly state this stuff. And this is from NBC13.com. No shot, no school for Alabama 6th graders. And basically they're making the shots for 6th graders in the state of Alabama mandatory. And if you don't take the shot, you don't get admitted to the school. And as of last September, Alabama law requires 11 and 12-year-olds to have a Tdap booster before registering the 6th grade this coming school year. However, some health officials are concerned parents aren't getting the message. For about 5.5 hours today, the Jefferson County Health Department offered free Tdap boosters shots for 11 and 12-year-olds entering the 6th grade. Less than 2 dozen show up. And nurse said to student, "Ouch, look at you, you're a big girl." And it just goes on, because I'm going to get into a rant about the stuff, and it's just total, it really does, it pisses me off. And, this is one of many schools. You have to have your shots, your papers to enter our schools. And it's starting getting like the, when our parents' generation, when they had that little vaccination mark on their arm. Before you know it, you're not going to be able to get into school without one of those either. And they're trying to push to say it's a law. They're trying to push it's mandatory you have to have this. Some jobs are doing the same thing, companies. It's not mandatory. There's no law stating you have to have it.